What's up, guys? Making another quick video. No, not so quick, but I don't know how long this will take. But it's just another piece to my video entries. This video. I'm gonna tell my gauging story, my stretching diaries. I had this thing on the internet, Facebook in general, speaking of how I've stretched my ears, how it's gone down. It started when I got to 3/4. I was stretching to an inch, but these right here I have in. These were the pair that I showed in one of my videos, showing my collection of plugs and tunnels. This is one that my friend, his pair is what my friend Jeremy got me for my birthday. It's past May. Yeah. So I'm wearing these right now. But the thing is with these, they're 1 inch, but the flare on them has a really, really deep 1 1/16, almost 1 1/18 flare on them. So I've got to really stretch on them and pull them down to get them on. But I've had a long road with my stretching. It started in March last year. I got them pierced, and I got them pierced at the town. I'm gonna change the brighting. I feel weird looking at myself like dark eyes and freakiness. But back to my story. Hold on, no, not back to my story. Hang on. Okay, that's a lot better. Well, back to my gauging, stretching diaries. I got them pierced at Fusion Tan. Yeah, tanning salon. The lady said, I remember she goes, every person that's ever got their ears pierced here never got infected. I get home first day, crust, blood, it was nasty. I never wanted to get my ears pierced again. I had to surefire want, a particular want to get them stretched or anything. I saw one day, I was listening to Suffocate. It took me a minute because they broke up, and I'm still sad about that. Listening to Suffocate, Ricky Hoover. I saw his ears, which are 3-4 inch, I don't know. They're massive ears, like this big. Swear you not, like raw massive ears. Well, I was so interested because he had all these tattoos. It looked really nice on him. And I said, I want to get these done. I want to stretch my ears. I want to get gauges. And then I had my own connection to it. I have a life saying for it that if you don't go through pain, that there's pain for a great succession, which this does endure quite a bit of pain to reach the succession that I have, the pride in what I have for my earlobes. That's had a long, rough story, which I'm about to tell. And I had some items over here, that's why I left the room when the video started, was I went to go get the items I was going to show here. You've already seen my plugs and tunnels. If you haven't, go check them out. I may have a few more since then, but not a big variety. Like I said, it started back in March last year. Got them pierced. And then I was over at my friend Jesse's brother's house, and we stretched them up to, and yeah, you're going to freak out. I switched them up to a 00 in under 30 seconds on each one of them. It was intense. Blood, swelling. My earlobe was that big. It was already this big. Like, no, not the hole, but the lobes itself was so swollen. It was that big when I was done. A few showers later, I got out. I had terrible hearing that day. The next day, I went out with tapers in, which I have reasons for not using tapers now. Went to a shop. Don't remember exactly what it was. And bought a pair of 00 plugs. They are really cool. I bought a pair of 7/16s. I thought they were still 00, but I wasn't really that sure. Yeah, I got 7/16s. I thought, well, this isn't really like much of a difference. I waited after a while after I put those in. I let the the gauges, the stretching ears, they healed up after I'd put 00 in. And then I put in what I thought was 7/16. Turns out I stretched from 00 to ½ inch without even knowing. Then I thought I was stretching the ½ inch when I put in the other plugs I gotten. And this was in August, September. I was at ½ inch. October, I went up to 9/16. I went to 9/16 right after. Yeah, ½ inch. I went to 9/16. Then I went to 5/8, which that was the hardest stretch I've ever done. I ended up doing some false tapering. I used a lightsaber you get from Walmart. I cut it up and I made it into a taper. I got up for school the next day. I ripped it out. Took 20 billion showers, I remember. And then I got the 7/8 in just before school. I just got a new top, a new shirt, and everything. I look fine as fuck for that first day of school. No, it wasn't the first day of school. It was like when we were just returned from fall break, I think, maybe. I don't know. And so I was at 5/8. I then went from 5/8. This was this year. I stayed in 5/8 through the rest of the year. In April, I went to 3/4 because my mom was so lenient on what she wanted me to stretch. I had to finally convince her to let me go to 1 inch, which is what I am now. I got to 3/4. I got to 3/4 in my right ear. My left was being a little troublesome. I got it in. It blew out the first time. It got crusty. It went further than blowout. It was actually a bleed every day, crust in school. I had to bring a little napkin thing, wipe it. It was gross. And it was always slinking with this goo and stuff. And then I started the gauging stretching diaries on the internet. And I put up pictures every day of my progress. My right ear just stayed the healthiest fucker, and it still is. But this left ear, it's always giving me problems. But now, I mean, it's pretty good now. They're both pretty nice. I fixed the 3/4. I thought it was fixed. I started to scab over. It was to the point where the scabs wouldn't come off. I'd manually have to slowly work with them until they came off. Well, this one day I was at school. I think it was actually the last day of school. Yeah, it was. And I had decided I was going to take off the skin on that. I accidentally pulled off part of my earlobe. I bled a lot. Is that blood? My earlobe bleeding? Strange. Where's that blood from? That's not good. Anyway, that's strange. There's like blood. You see that? There's blood. Okay. But I took out. I had my earlobe was that thin. It was really thin, and so I actually kept the 3/4 in. I had a white tunnel in there, which you may see in some of my videos. I kept that in. I stretched up the right ear to. Actually, this is after the left ear had healed. Everything was all fine and dandy. I had 3/4 in. I was going to stretch up to 7/8. I got all the way up to that in my right ear, as usual, no problems. I had stopped using tapers at that point because I had went to put in my 7/8 tapers. I got it on this side just fine. This side, it would go in, then it would pop out, which you can imagine some pretty intense pain. I'd get it in, I pushed too hard and it pop out. I pushed not enough, it'd pop out. The rubber bands wouldn't stay on. It was hectic. So I just went back down to 3/4 on both sides of these. I then went back to started using tape, which is my effective way of working. I'd use sea salt. I use Morton, Sportin, Dorton sea salt. And be sure every day you clean your ears with, I use peroxide and alcohol wipes. Yeah, like drugs and alcohol. No. But I had then, this is my recliner, by the way. Cute stuff. But I had then, For some reason, the next day when I woke up, my ears were back. This ear was back to the original blown out stage, which was bad. This is after school had let out. I got this side to 7/8 by taping. This side it blew out. I had 3/4 in. Had a red plug. The swelling had gotten so bad it literally shot out of my ear. Like it shot out. I was at the kitchen table and I saw it was shot out. I was like, oh my god! I went to the bathroom. I put in. Actually, I started taping this one too, so I thought, oh hey, it's time to put in 7/8. I mean, it's swollen. Why the fuck not? I almost got it in, but then it was closing up really, really quickly, so I had to put in the white tunnel. That stayed in. Then the pressure started kicking in, and it started pushing it out, but it only got halfway through my lobe, so the flare the whole time was pushing the inside of my lobe, which caused it to bleed a lot. And then the back of it had closed up to about a 00. And then it got dead, infected. There started being like pus and stuff all on the inside of my earlobe, and it dried, and my tunnel had actually become part of my earlobe, which was really, really bad. So I had to take a pencil and I would every day scrape that out and then try to eventually get it to come out. Because at that point I just decided I'm going to let it close up. I'm going to go back down to whatever. It's going to be embarrassing with this at 7/8 and then blah, blah, blah. Well, everything worked out okay. I got to the day where it was time to actually pull out that plug. I ripped it out in the car. Blood was just all over my face. I got home, washed it off, cleaned it in the shower. It bled like hell. I let it stay out for a few weeks. I went to a shop. I bought one I think it was a tunnel. It's really weird to tell at those small sizes. It was actually a 2 gauge. You wouldn't go past the 2. So I guess I was beyond the point of no return. And I stayed at a 2. Then I did some really crazy stretching again. I was at a 2, and then I went to 00, 9/16. Yeah, 00. No, it's 00, ½ inch, 9/16, 3/4, 7/8. Now I'm here. And that was all in under a month. Scary enough. Well, thanks for liking, subscribing. If you have any questions, please insert them. Oh, and another thing. When I was in the process of healing my ears, I actually sometimes still use these. I use vitamin E pills, but it's fish oil pills. So what you do is, when you get the pill, they should... Ugh, oh, it still reeks. Yeah, don't smell them, ever. And what you do is, these are really hard to get out. They're really squishy. They're like clear pills. You see it? Like clear. And you squeeze it or pop it or something, and it's good to touch. Don't worry about it like melting your fingers or anything, but you get it out, you have a little bit on your fingers, you rub a tiny amount on your ears, from the inside and out, and then put it in. It actually works with blowouts too. And it heals your ears a lot quicker. It makes them feel a lot better too, and it thickens them up and everything. That's like your vitamin E oil that you would need. It works just as good as jojoba oil, I think that's how you say it, jojoba oil. And make sure you do your daily sea salts and all that other oils. It's hard work and stuff, but whatever. So, thanks for watching. Subscribe, like, take my advice, kill yourself, anything.